Welcome back to the Polypath Perspective. Today we're diving into the headline that sounds like it was ripped straight from the 1950s pulp novel, but it's sitting on the laboratory benches right now in April 2026. We're talking about the new force, propellantless propulsion system, recently unveiled by Dr. Charles Buhler and the team at Exodus Propulsion Technologies. For a century, we've been held hostage by Newton's third law. The idea that to go forward, we have to throw something backward. But Buhler team is demonstrating something anomalous. By using asymmetric electrostatic pressure, they're creating a system that generates a non-zero force component without ejecting a single gram of mass. It's Biefeld-Brown effect, reborn, scaled up, and validated in a vacuum. Imagine the implication for the way we build. As an engineer, you spend your life managing the sunk cost of gravity, calculating soil bearing capacities and deep foundation settlements just to keep a structure from sinking into the earth. But if Buhler is right, we can generate a continuous thrust mode using nothing but high voltage electric fields. We're looking at the end of the static civilization. In this episode, we're exploring how this transition from chemical combustion to electrostatics doesn't just change space travel, it changes the very definition of the ground. Let's get specific. I want to talk about 50-ton cloud house. This isn't just a drone with a room on it. We're talking about a full-scale residential structure anchored in the stratosphere. Using the Buhler concept of divergent electrostatic fields, this house would essentially flatline its own weight on the scale of physics. By charging asymmetric capacitors embedded in the foundation's building, the structure wouldn't just hover, it would hold its position in the sky as a permanent atmospheric fixture. It's a literal manifestation of the hydraulic house prototype, but instead of scissor lifts, it uses quantum vacuum to maintain its elevation. Historically, human psychology is driven by a desire to rise above, both metaphorically and literally. We've always seen height as a marker of status and safety. Living in the clouds allow us to escape the sinking reality of ground level life, the flooding, the noise, the pollution. But the real polypath push here is living above the clouds. We don't want to live in the fog. We want to live in the perpetual sunshine of upper atmosphere, where we can look down at the weather rather than being subject to it. It's a shift from being earthbound to being sky-centric. From a civil engineering standpoint, a 50-ton cloud house presents a fascinating challenge. How do you anchor something that isn't touching the ground? This is where atmospheric geotechnical mindset comes in. We'd be mapping a currents of air the way we currently map soil strata. Your house wouldn't have the basement. It would have an electrostatic keel. We'd use real-time data dashboards similar to the ones we use on the RF monitoring to balance the voltage across the asymmetric plates, assuring the house remains meticulously level even during high-altitude jet streams. But as we move into the era of agentic AI and propellantless drives, the precision takes on a new meaning. It's no longer just about factor of safety in the concrete dams. It's about the precision of the electromagnetic field holding your family 30,000 feet in the air. We're transitioning to the world where integrity is maintained by a constant flow of bits and volts rather than just the strength of the steel. The 50-ton cloud house is a symbol of humanity that has finally learned to stop fighting the gravity and start cooperating with it. To build a world where the only thing that sinks is the old way of thinking. Thanks for listening to the Polypath Perspective.